3, 2, 1, go!
What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel for another reaction. Today we are doing pitch meeting for a change. We're going to do Jingle All the Way, and I assume they've just seen our new Christmas intro.
Probably, yeah.
So Dan worked really hard. It is Christmas. I know.
Christmas. Like, is this like the time of the year where it's okay to be Christmassy?
Yeah.
November, October, too early.
Mm-hmm.
What day is it today? 12th of December.
12th of December, yeah.
Have you started watching any Christmas movies?
I've watched a wee bit. I watched Jack Frost, which is fucking depressing.
That was really sad.
I haven't watched it in years. And
I don't watch that movie. That's too depressing.
I know. I was like watching it. I was like, I remember liking this as a kid, and I was like, oh, this is morbid.
Does it all happen before Christmas, or is it after Christmas?
It happens. I think he dies on Christmas Eve, doesn't he? Oh my God. He dies on Christmas Eve, and then it goes a year later, and he makes the snowman
on Christmas Eve.
On Christmas Eve, and he comes alive again. It's very realistic.
Oh, just based on true story.
Based on true story. So I watched Jack Frost, and then I watched. What else did I watch? I think that's it, really. I'll actually watch Lord of the Rings, but
that's very in my head, that's very Christmassy.
So I'm on Return of the King at the minute.
Class.
I always associate those kind of movies, like even Star Wars. I'll probably rewatch that around Christmas.
Back to the Future as well for me. Always seems to be a Christmassy time movie.
Yeah.
But I watched. I got into the Christmassy mood and I actually watched this movie, Jingle All the Way.
Love that film as well.
And I just thought
it's hilarious.
It's amazing. It actually is. Like
it's got terrible reviews, but it's hilarious.
It's really good though, in terms of like it is like exactly what you want from a Christmassy movie. But it's like I seen it in the cinema when it first came out. I remember going to the cinema. I know. God. It's one of the first movies. It's only the first movie I can remember going to see. I remember consciously seeing Jingle All the Way and walking into the screen at Yorkit. But in my head, it was always up here. Amazing movie. I got to like. I was 16
and you realise it's kind of silly,
but in here, mate, I'm back then coming 30 and I'm up here again. It's fucking class. And we had this discussion last year around Christmas time. Like, actually is a real like obviously it's,
you look very deep into this.
I watched this. I was like,
this is like about capitalism.
It's about yeah, it is. It's about it's a critique on capitalism at Christmas. It's so fucking depressing actually when you actually watch it properly through them lenses. But anyway, Sinbad's probably the best character.
But the kid, you kind of feel like. It is, but also if they were better parents, if he was a better dad,
he is an asshole.
He's a terrible dad. If he's a better dad,
he would terrible person.
You just turn around to your son and go, do you know what? You can't get that far, and you'll need to understand it. Do you know what I mean? You can't just get everything you ask for.
Or the kid only asked for one thing, and he didn't get it. He waited the Christmas. He waited the 23rd of December to ask him about what he wanted for Christmas. That's it. After the whole karate thing, he sits down and talks to him. He's like, "Oh, so what do you want for Christmas?" It's the 23rd, mate. It's done. Sorry, you're gone. Like, you know what I mean? But so we're going to do a pitch meeting for it.
Okay, let's go. Also a movie I've never really loved.
I love The Grinch. Jim Carrey's version's the best.
I do like Jim Carrey, but it's not a movie I've ever really got into. Like,
yeah.
Anyway,
pitch me.
So, you have a Christmas movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. So the main character is this guy named Howard, and he's a workaholic. Uh-oh, a workaholic at Christmas time? That can't be good. Right, so he accidentally spends too much time selling mattresses and has to rush to his kid's karate class that he promised he'd be at. Oh, is he gonna make it? No, he's too late. He walks into an empty gym like, I didn't make it. Did he not notice the completely empty parking lot? I guess not. Huh. So then he goes home and, bribes his son. He bribes his son? He does. He's like, hey, I'll buy you the Turbo Man doll you want for Christmas if you stop being mad at me for being a bad dad. That's a pretty good deal, actually. But then his wife is like, yeah, I told you to get that doll like 2 weeks ago. Did you not get it? And he's like, of course I did, you silly wife. Wow, so this guy is a goddamn liar. Yeah, a compulsive one. So then he has to find this toy on Christmas Eve or he's gonna get caught in his lie. Okay. And so, yeah. What? That's it. That's the movie. That's the whole premise? Yeah. Pretty cool, right? I guess, but it seems pretty thin. There's nothing else going on. Oh, well, also his neighbor Ted is trying really hard to bang his wife, so we're gonna check in on that from time to time. Oh, wow, that's pretty intense for a kid's movie. Yeah, real intense. But I guess if the wife is kind of falling for Ted in a way, then it could show that Howard might lose her. Yeah, no, she's not into Ted at all. She's kind of weirded out by him, and at the end of the movie, she hits him for trying something. So we're gonna have an entire side story where the neighbor is trying to bang the wife, but there's no risk of that actually happening? Exactly. Did you just throw that in there to pad the runtime? You got me. There was only so much I could do with the storyline of trying to make a purchase. Fair enough. So what kind of stuff does happen to Howard as he tries to buy the toy? Oh, well, just a whole bunch of scenes that all end in violence. Every scene ends in violence? Pretty much. See, I never learned how to write endings to things, so every interaction ends in some kind of physical attack. Well, at least it's consistent. Yeah, so anyway, Howard is gonna go to a store where there's a huge crowd of people waiting to rush in when the doors open. Okay. And he's gonna meet a crazy mailman, Myron, who goes on a huge rant about how toy companies are brainwashing us through screens. Oh, screen rants are tight. Yeah, and then he chokes a random woman. He chokes a woman? I didn't know how to end his rant. Oh, so it just gets violent, I gotcha. And then the doors open and it just gets crazy. Everybody runs around and fights each other. Jeez. So Howard goes up to an employee to ask about the Turbo Man doll, and everybody in the store starts to laugh at him. Why? Well, because Turbo Man is sold out and everybody knows it. If everybody knew that, what were they all rushing in for? I don't know. The store seems to be fully stocked up on everything else. Huh. So later they find out that another store got a late shipment and they're doing a lottery with a bunch of bouncy balls for some reason. Okay. And instead of trying to grab one of the many balls bouncing around the store, Howard chases one specific one outside of the store. Not the best strategy. Definitely not. And then a little girl grabs it and Howard gets mistaken for a pedophile. And this is a kid's movie. It is. So then Howard grabs a little girl and a bunch of mothers start to hit him with their purses because they think he's gonna sexually assault this child. Oh my lord. And then this mall Santa says that he has a Turbo Man toy, so Howard follows him to a warehouse where everybody's dressed like Santa. Why would they all be dressed like Santa if they're working inside a warehouse? So the scene can end with Howard fighting a bunch of Santas. Oh, I gotcha. So at least we have fun set pieces for the violence. Yeah, and then the cops are gonna burst in. Oh man, it's gonna be hard for him to get out of that situation. Actually, super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, he just grabs a toy badge and impersonates a police officer. Isn't that a felony? Technically in Minnesota, it's a gross misdemeanor, so he'd only go to jail for a year. Oh, okay. Anyway, so then they find out that a radio station is giving away the toy. Interesting. So they head over there and Howard busts one of their doors. Man, this guy is on a crime spree. You have no idea. So then Myron threatens the cops with a fake bomb so they can escape. Oh my god. But then it turns out it was a real bomb and it explodes. Oh, so the police officers die? No, if I understand correctly, a bomb can go off in your hands and it'll just kind of paint your face black. Oh, bombs aren't dangerous? No, they'll ruin your clothes though. Good to know. And so how does the movie end? Well, Howard is gonna get chased by the cops at a parade because of all the crimes he did. That makes sense. And then he's gonna accidentally get put in a Turbo Man costume that has a working jetpack. Oh, that's a world-changing invention. And then Myron is gonna dress up like Turbo Man's nemesis and try to murder Howard's kid to take his toy. What? It's gonna be a whole thing, and then Myron is gonna get arrested because of the terrorism and the attempted murder. Well, thank goodness. And then I figured I should throw in a nice Christmas moment, so Howard's son is gonna give the doll to Myron. Won't that just end up in some evidence locker? Probably. Wow, and so what's this movie called anyway? Oh, nobody told me I was supposed to come up with a title. That's okay, we'll just slap some generic Christmas line on there. Do you think people will mind that it's gonna have nothing to do with the movie? No, it's fine. We'll just grab a line from some Christmas song everybody loves, like Dashing Through the Snow, or maybe...
Sure, that actually doesn't have anything to do with it.
No, it doesn't. It's good though.
Yeah, I like that movie.
I love that movie.
But I also recognise it's fucking ridiculous.
You can see
sure,
why.
it is absolutely ridiculous.
You can see why people don't like it.
Yeah.
I think every Christmas movie is kind of shite, to be fair.
Yeah, of course they are.
Apart from like the big ones, like
Elf.
The Elf's stupid. The Elf's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you know
Home
what I mean?
Alone.
Do you watch that movie Christmas with the Cranks?
Yeah, it's fucking shite.
That's really bad, but I watch it every year, of course. But did you see the ending of that movie? Is the guy Santa? Do you remember the ending?
Steve Allen?
No, not Steve Allen. Steve Allen? Who's Steve Allen? Tim Allen, you mean?
Tim Allen?
No, remember the guy who drives a wee car and he always asks, do you want an
Can't
umbrella?
remember. Was he Santa?
I don't know. He was dressed like Santa and he flew off in the car with reindeers.
Maybe.
That's the ending. I did not watch this movie.
I watched this in the cinema when I was a kid. And I've never watched it since.
Oh, but some bad ones out there. There's literally channels dedicated to shit.
Yeah.
Like Christmas.
They are real. They're like TV movies where it's basically like, is he going to come home for Christmas? And he always comes home for Christmas.
Or this bad CEO is going to buy over this this fucking retirement home and kick everyone out. And obviously he gets the spirit of Christmas.
Yeah.
And he bangs the woman and he lives happily ever after.
My favourite one is Christmas Vacation. I love that one.
Christmas Vacation? What's that?
The National Lampoon's one.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's incredible.
That's good. That one. That's good.
Really good.
That's a good one. But then there's no. Obviously, It's a Wonderful Life is regarded as the greatest one because the storyline is not really about anything about Christmas. There's kind of it's movies that happen around Christmas are the best. Like Die Hard, for example.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Christmas, but it happens at Christmas. It's a Wonderful Life. Nothing to do with Christmas. Happens on Christmas Eve. You know what I mean? All great Christmas movies need to happen on Christmas Eve. That's a fact. Anyway. That's all your action. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and any of our pitch meeting Christmas movies you want us to react to, then let us know. Cheers.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching the video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Just to let you know, we've got similar content available on the channel if you want to check it out.
We also do our own podcast called MCPodcasting, where we cover a range of topics from politics, sports and even movies.
We basically just talk a lot of shit.
We argue a lot as well on it there, but all the links are below. We're on all major platforms, Spotify, iTunes, and is there any other?
That's the main ones, yeah.
Yeah, that's the main ones.
Just check out the podcast, and if there's any sort of videos you want us to react to, drop us a comment in the YouTube videos and we'll be sure to check it out.
Or if you want to make fun of us, then go ahead. We don't care.
Be nice.
Be nice.
In fairness, we don't really get that many comments.
No, don't.
Yeah.
Stop looking at me.
Okay.